Hello learners and welcome to a lesson today of Natural Sciences. So today we're going to be dealing with the particle model of matter. But first, did you know that diffusion is the main reason why you can smell a perfume when it is sprayed in a different room? So in this lesson, we're going to be trying to explore why and how this happens. But first, we need to now set our target and goals for this lesson. So what I need you to do is that by the end of this lesson, you should be able to explain the particle model of matter. You should also be able to describe the properties of solids, liquids, and gases using the particle model of matter. You should also be able to describe how the particle in all three states behave, referring to the energy being removed or added. You should also be able to explain diffusion, and lastly, use the particle model of matter to understand the process of diffusion. So in order for us to be able to achieve these targets, we need to be able now to structure our goal and so that we can categorize it into certain concepts. So the first concept that you're going to be dealing with is the particle model of matter, and in it, we're going to be looking at the properties of solids, liquids, and gases. Thereafter, we're going to be looking at the behavior of particles when we're adding or removing energy. And then lastly, we're going to be looking at diffusion, the rate of diffusion, and the factors that are affecting diffusion. Right. However, I know that there are certain things that you know about this. I know that you know that matter is all substances found around us that is taking up space and having mass. And we can give examples, those being rocks, water, and air. I know that you know this. And then you also know that matter is made up of tiny particles that are called atoms. And sometimes they are called molecules. And to test if whether you know what I know that you know, I want us to answer these two questions. You remember that in the other grades, you learned that matter can exist in three states. Can you name those three states? The three states of matter are, we have solids, we have liquids, and we also have gases. Now, the second question is asking us, when we heat something, are we adding energy to it or are we taking energy away from it? And you do know that when you are heating something, we are actually adding energy. So we are adding energy. So throughout this entire lesson, we are going to be using certain words such as diffusion, matter, and particle. We are going to be using these words and the definitions are given to you. We are going to be trying to explore more about diffusion, what is meant by matter and particle. And to do this, we are going to start with our first concept. But before we start, let's quickly take an ad break and I'll see you just after.